2 times. A couple people are saying it's not possible. That's very interesting. Well, we're going to hope to defy that, and we're going to show you that it is possible. So here we've got our trash can cannon filled with smoke. Oh, pretty cool. So hopefully you can see some really cool things happening there. We have another Zoom poll question for you. What do you think came out of the bottom of our can here from our smoke? So do you think it was A, a circle, B, a vortex, C, a vertex, or D, a fog? Let's see these answers here. We have a couple answers coming in. Yeah, seems like majority of people are saying a vortex, which is awesome. Devika's going to tell us what a vortex is.
Yeah, so before we get to explaining what exactly is a vortex, I'd like you guys to guess what is a vortex, and that brings us to our next simple question.
So our options are A, a vortex is a spinning form of fluid where the speed rotation is greatest at the center. B, it's when mass times acceleration is greater than the force of gravity. C, a vortex is the highest form of a pyramid, the apex. Or D, a vortex is a bubble of air with a hole in the middle. Seems like we can't trick you guys, huh? Everyone seems to know what a vortex is.
All right, looks like most people went with A. And yes, so A is correct. So to just recap, a vortex is a spinning form of fluid, or in this case, air, since we use smoke. So this spinning form of fluid, the center is going to spin faster than the sides. And you can see an example of a vortex if you've ever taken a bath. So when you're done taking a bath and you're pulling the plug on the drain, you might notice that the water starts moving towards the drain, and the drain acts as a suction point. So because it's a suction point, the water starts accelerating or moving faster, and because it's trying to get into the drain, some of the water particles are going to be pushed to the side, and it's going to start forming a spiral kind of shape and motion, and you get to see a vortex, just like what you saw with our smoke rings, which is also a type of vortex. And I'll pass it off to Aradhana.
Yeah, that was really awesome. I was wondering if you guys would like to see the smoke rings demo one more time. We've got tons of time here. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah, so let's try that again, and let's see if we can maybe knock the cups down a little bit better this time.
And while that's happening, I'm going to reset our cups here. There, demonstration. I'm glad we couldn't trick you guys with that mix between vertex and vortex. You guys are great. Awesome.
All right, let's try it again. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So looks like hopefully you were able to see the ring that came out of this trash can cannon, and clearly see that smoke ring as well, since we filled up the trash can cannon with quite a bit of smoke this time.
Absolutely. It's tons of fun, and we hope that you enjoyed our little talk here about smoke rings. We're willing to take any questions that you have. Please put them in our Q&A function in our Zoom. And we just want to say thank you to our wonderful management team who's behind the scenes helping us out with this. It's been so nice having them here. Lots of tech things that we do behind the scenes. Any questions? Any comments?
Okay, we have a question here. Anna is wondering, how can the vortex spin?
Awesome. Great question. Do you want to take that?
Sure, I can take that. So, great question. So you might notice that Aradhana is pulling on this trash can cannon, right? and she has this handle right here. So as she's pushing the handle over here, it's kind of putting some force on the smoke inside. And just like we talked about in our bathtub example, there's that force is making that smoke start to spin, and that spinning motion is making our vortex, and that's causing our smoke ring, and that's gonna go into the stack of cups and knock them down. So that's a great question.
We have another question here. Someone is wondering what an apex is. I think that was one of the answers in the Zoom questions.
All right, awesome. I think Aradhana, do you want to take that
one? An apex is actually the highest point on a shape, typically, or on a large summit.
Perfect. We have a question from Terry. They're asking, why does it make a circle?
That's a great question. So the circle is probably because of our trash can here. So the smoke that we filled is filled into this cylindrical object here. And so that smoke is going to be coming out of our circle hole. Great. So when we push and we put that force on the smoke, it will come out in the shape of this circle here. Thank you for your question, Terry.
We'll wait a few more seconds for any last minute questions, and then we'll give some time.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the questions so far.
Vivian is wondering, what smoke are you using?
Awesome. We are using a wonderful fog machine off to the corner here. We're using a wonderful fog machine off to the corner here. And so that's where we run over to the side and fill up our trash can cannon with that fog that's coming out of that machine. If you guys come to our fun days in the future, you can definitely see all our setup in person, and that would be fun.
Not seeing any more questions here. I think that wraps up Q&A.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you had such a great time, and we would hope that you are enjoying all the rest of our Science Fun Week activities, and we can't wait to keep learning with you guys. Have a great week.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Bye.